So moving on, the next group will be the vertebrates. So these are characterized by having a backbone composed of vertebra, which includes the spinal cord. So as you can see, the vertebra enclosing the spinal cord, and this is the characteristic of vertebrates. So referring back to the figure that we used to follow, so we started with the echinodermata, the cephalochordata, and the urochordata, and we covered the myxini. So starting from this point, all what we will cover is going to be classified as vertebrate. So starting from here, going down, all these groups are vertebrates. So as you can see, they are characterized by having a vertebral column, which was missing in the myxini. So the first group of vertebrates, the Petromyzontida, they are also known as lampreys. So these are jawless vertebrates. They are marine and freshwater living organisms. They have cartilaginous segments surrounding the notochord, and as you can see in this figure, they have the mouth area covered by these numerous teeth. So what they do, they are parasitic organisms. So most of the species of the lampreys, they are parasitic, so they attack other fishes and they hold on the fish with these numerous teeth, so they suck the blood, and in many cases they take or grasp pieces of the flesh of the prey fish. So they cause a lot of problem in the lakes because of their parasitic nature. Moving on, we move to the Chondrichthyans. So Chondrichthyans includes the sharks, skates, and rays. They have two main characteristics. Number one, they have a skeleton made of cartilage, and number two, they have jaws. So if you remember, the Petromyzontida, they had no jaws, but starting from here and going down, starting from the Chondrichthyans, now we will see jaws. So the presence of jaws and the presence of cartilaginous skeleton, these two characteristics are important whenever we cover the Chondrichthyans. Also, they are streamlined, they are fast swimmers, they are carnivores, and they have acute senses. So starting with the first group, the Actinoutergy, they are also known as ray-finned fishes, and these are the familiar aquatic bony fishes. So nearly all the familiar fishes that you have, if you have an aquarium or if you do scuba diving, so most likely the fishes that you see, so they have fins supported by long flexible rays, and they use it for maneuvering and for defense. So let's imagine these are the ray fins. So they are delicate, they have no strong muscles, and they radiate like that. So they use it for maneuvering, and actually they don't need stronger or muscle containing fins because they live in the water, so deep in the sea, and so where there are a lot of water, which actually makes support for the fish itself. The next group is the lobed fins fishes. Now, one difference between them and the previous group is that they have muscular tissues supporting their fins, and it was believed that the origin of these lobed fins is due to the fact that these fishes were living in shallow water, so there is a high possibility they will be kind of walking on the sea floor, so they needed bony structures in their fins to support their bodies, to help them maintain their posture, and because of that this group of lobed fins have evolved. So we have three lineages. that survive now: the Actinoutergy and the lung fishes and the tetrapods. So tetrapods are considered to be originating from the lobe fins. So as we said, they had these bony structures in their fins, and as the bones get stronger and stronger, now they evolved into organisms that they can move to live on lands. So try to think that this is a characteristic similar to the presence of the vascular tissues, the xylem and phloem in plants. So as we said, this allowed the plants to move further inland and supported the movement of water and nutrients against gravity. In a more similar fashion, the presence of these muscular tissues in the fins, and then later on, as much as they got stronger and stronger, now the organism got the ability to move into land and to maintain the posture against the gravity of the water. So, as the name implies, one of the lineages is the lungfishes. There are 6 different currently available species of lungfishes, and as the name implies, they have evolved lungs in addition to the gills, so giving them the ability to use oxygen from air in addition to oxygen dissolved in water. And then the next lineage is the tetrapods, which we will be discussing in the next slides. So the origin of tetrapods is believed to be from lobe fin fishes, and then we will cover the tetrapods. So if we divide the name, we'll find that it means 4 limbs. So this is the first characteristic for these organisms, having 4 limbs, having feet with digits, and having ears for detecting airborne sounds. So we will divide the tetrapods into, the first group will be the amphibians. So amphibians means both ways of life. Amphi means both, because these organisms can live in aquatic environment in their larvae stage, and they are also living in the land, so they are terrestrial while they are in the adult stage. So as you can see, there are many metamorphoratic changes that has occurred during the evolution of the organism. So the adult stage has gained the legs, has evolved legs, lungs, external eardrums, and digestive system. However, it lost the gills. So many changes, as we said. They have also moist skin that complements the lungs in gas exchange. So although amphibians, they have lungs, but it is not very efficient for gas exchange. That's why they use cutaneous gas exchange. So gases can be exchanged through the skin covering their body, but to do this cutaneous gas exchange, they need their skin to be moist in order for the gases to be effectively exchanged. There is fertilization, which is external. So the sperms will need a medium like water to swim in order to go to fertilize the egg. In addition to that, the eggs themselves, they require moist environment, otherwise they will get dry. So in conclusion, fertilization needs the presence of egg. So as you can see, it is more or less similar to the first group of plants which we have covered, which needed water for their fertilization. And because of that, we will see amphibians living near water. They cannot live away from that for 2 reasons, as we said. Number 1, because their cutaneous gas exchange requires moist skin. And number 2, because fertilization requires also moist environment, and their eggs will get dry if they are away from the moist environment.